G'day punters, thanks for tuning in. Yes, I'm back on YouTube. It's been, what, a couple of years? I don't know, it's been a while. I deleted my channel, deleted all my content, just had a gutful of it, but things have changed for me. I've taken a new position work-wise, which has reduced my contact hours an awful lot. Gives me a lot more spare time, especially on the weekends. I never used to be able to get a Saturday off, and now I get a full weekend to myself again. And I thought, you know what, I might do some videos again. Maybe someone will get something useful out of it. Maybe not, who knows. Maybe I'm just being a conceited, narcissistic arsehole. Probably all of the above. Anyway, I thought, what a good way to kick it off. I had a ranked battle today in the new format with the new economic signals and the useless camos. And I thought this would be a pretty good way to start off and feature the Stalingrad, one of the finest ships in the game. I maintain to this day. And yes, this thing has been hit with the Nerf bat extremely hard, but it still trades extremely well with battleships. And you'll see just how well it trades with battleships a little bit later on. But it's also a massive threat to other cruisers and DDs. It really is the triple threat. You know, there's all sorts of ships out there that are anti-DD or anti-cruiser or anti-BB. There's not many ships that can really fill that triple threat role, and I think Stalingrad really can do it if it's used right. Now, obviously, the fire HE problem, that is a massive issue for this ship because of the fact that fires last full duration and you can't fit fire prevention in your captain anymore. Means you've got to sail it with a little bit of caution. You've got to be able to try and disengage if possible. If you can't disengage, you're just going to get, it's going to get farmed down by HE spammers. But in a format like this, where there's only 6 ships aside, it's, unless they're particularly coordinated, and it's rank battles, so they're definitely not going to be. Then it's unlikely to happen. And you can see here we've got this standard GK just following into the middle of the map, staying flat broadside to me and eating a nice 15,000 damage in the first volley. Was it 15? Oh, maybe it wasn't. It was only 9,000. I thought it was a heavier damage than that. Second volley comes in. That one was 15,000. So we've already done 24,000 of that GK, and he's lost over half of his HP. And we're only 2 minutes into the game, 2.5 minutes even. Looks like the Shenan's farming him pretty hard as well. So we're just going to maintain our spot here. We're able to shoot from concealment. We know that A's being capped, so the Shimakaze, the only DD threat, is over there. Which means all I've really got to worry about is getting flanked by the Incomparable and Schlieffen on the left. And if this Moskva happens to push him, which it looks like he's actually going to do. I reckon this is a questionable move from the Moskva. I mean, I know why he's doing it, because he's obviously worried about cap control, but in a 6vc format, I'm not sure it's that important. And whilst I could have taken a volley to finish off the GK there, I was pretty confident it was going to go down without costing us anything. So I just wanted to get some shots on this Moskva while I could. So he's definitely going to drive for the island and get to cover. So we're just going to try and do as much damage as we can while he's on the way there. And obviously worry about that right flank where the Morgone and Kerr first are seeming to put themselves in a rather strange position, honestly. I mean, I get it, the Schlieffen and the Incomparable pose massive threats because of the torpedoes. But yeah, they're being a little bit sheepish from mine. So Moskva's definitely driving in. Unfortunately, Jinan couldn't get any hits on, but the Howland has got his flank. So the Howland could probably do some damage with Torps here. But I mean, the Shimakaze is the problem. We've really got to take care of him. So Moskva obviously firing his radar. And I've got an Incomparable broadside, but turning out. I'll still take the shot though, because Incomparable is a pretty squishy sort of a boat. Thankfully he saw fit not to shoot at me, and oh jeez, rewarded with 4 bounces. I didn't think he was that well angled. I guess he kept that turn on, didn't he? Now I don't want to get into a torp and secondary fight with the Schlieffen, so I'm just going to push into the cap here and try and pressure this Moskva as much as I can. Keep the land between me and the big guns. Because as tough as the Schlieffen is, if you can't stay bow on to a BB, you're probably going to get hurt. Even stern on, you can fight stern on, but show any side to a Schlieffen or an Incomparable and he will damage you. So Shimmer's made his way over here, so radar up to try and punish him as best as possible. Hopefully the rest of the team will get on board as well. Just a little bit concerned about that Schlieffen and his torpedoes. Why is no one else shooting at the Shimakaze? Come on, guys. There you go. Hallen's opening up now. And we get a couple of, 3 overpins. Okay, so that Shimmer's pretty much feeling it right now. I really don't know if he's fired torps, although I do know he's using the F3s. So I'm staying bow into that direction just in case he did get them off. It looks like I've been lucky enough that he hasn't. Our GK has gone down to the Schlieffen and Incomparable, and probably the Smolensk to some degree, and the Moskva has just taken some torps from the Hallen, so he's in bad shape. Now, he's down to 6k and healing. I am in his hydro range. But no one seems to be able to get shots on. But Shimakaze's up. Now, this I can finish. He's making a turn to get away from the Halland, and this is the death shot. Yep, down he goes. But he did get a Halland at the same time, so that's an inconvenient trade. And the Moskva is still healing. It's up to 10,000 HP now. What am I ramming? Apparently I'm ramming something here. I'm guessing this guy's using a heal plus Kuznetsov to have healed that much up. I'm just going to keep heading towards the A cap so I can actually secure that cap, because I don't see this Moskva is actually getting that cap. Meanwhile, the Schlieffen and Comparable are well off behind us. I'm at such an angle that they can't really hurt me that much. And it's fortunate that I'm doing this because I'm going to need all of my hit points, as you'll see in a little bit. Thunder is going to push the Moskva, but he's unfortunately showing a whole lot of side to a Schlieffen. Oh, who just took a massive hit from the Burgoyne. That's what happens to Schlieffens, man. They're great ships, don't get me wrong, but they are fragile. Okay, some superstructure shots on the Moskva. It's not a bad hit for 6k. Smolensk takes a big hit from the Thunderer, I'm presuming, so he's down to 9k and healing. Torpedoes out from Smolensk. This could be the end of our Thunderer, I think. Like, I admire his bravery for pushing in, but yep, he just got wiped out by torps. We do trade and get the Moskva. I just don't think I'm going to get shots on that Smolensk that I can be effective enough by the time I reload. But that's okay, I'm undetected, I can get the cap here. Should I take a shot at that? I should have taken the shot, now he's disappeared. Oh, never mind. Let's just come around and get this cap. So, this is the only cap they've had for the whole game, and now it's switching back to us. That's a pretty good side-on shot. Hopefully I can Citadel Schlieffen. Two overpens and a pen, and 2 crush shells. Probably not what I was hoping for. Generally speaking, you get better rewards for that with Stalingrad guns. He is angling in now, which is probably not silly. The Smolensk has smoked up. I don't know if I've got a shot yet, so I'm just going to be a little bit cautious with the radar here. Yeah, bugger it. Let's use it. Where is he? There he is. Just let him make his turn. There we go. And they should punch right through his nose. Yep. Alright. Good night to the Smolensk. So it's 2v2. 3v2 down to 2v2. Got a very healthy Incomparable versus a 2/3 Jinan and a bit of a low Schlieffen. So let's focus on Schlieffen, get him down, and then we can work on that Incomparable. Now, Incomparable obviously is a massive torpedo threat, as is the Schlieffen. Now you'll see the Schlieffen making a turn here. He is undoubtedly firing torpedoes, or trying to fire torpedoes at me, I think. And I reckon he's going to turn the other way next and try to do it again. We get a nice hit, he's not going to live much longer. I'm turning in to bow in because there was a shot from the Incomparable there that nearly caught me out, so I don't want to be showing them any side. Those big guns on the Incomparable will make a real mess of me. And I think we've got maybe one more volley to get this Schlieffen down. I've had to use my damage control because he's knocked out one of my guns, but he's dead. Alright.
Problem solved, sir.
Incomparable comes in and just outright deletes my Jinan. Wow, that's unfortunate. So Alright, so what are my options? I could wait here, wait for him to round the corner, but I should assume that he's smart enough to know that he won't come out flat broadside, because if he does, we'll both get smacked. And I don't reckon that's the right way to do it. So I think I need to kite away and probably work on taking out his guns as best I can. If he stays bow into me, which I'm assuming he will, I think he'll round the corner and just bow in and try and get me down with torps, which will be devastating because they're pretty good torps. So I'm just going to wait. I'll probably just drive out of this cap actually and just go and get that C cap. Put as much cap pressure on as possible. We don't have the lead, so I really have to kill this guy or outcap him. It doesn't feel like a fair fight. But if I can take out his guns, oh, there he is. He's up. So I'll have to give this a little bit of lead ahead of his turrets. Well, probably didn't lead quite enough there. He's turning in more. Yeah, good hit. So we've incapped his back turret there. Secondaries are going ham. And yep, he hasn't damage conned that second turret yet. That's still stuck where it was. Just keep the shots in. Try and keep hammering these turrets as best we can. Still only firing one turret. I reckon he's fired his port torps. He's just doing the starboard ones now. So I'm going to have to pull my front turrets out of the battle a little bit. His turrets are back up again. Just keep hammering away at those barbettes.
Torpedoes astern.
Okay, so there's one lot of torps.
Torpedoes astern.
Just as you think he's going to show you a bit of side, he turns in.
Torpedoes astern.
Yes. Rather nasty at the back end there. Just keep working on these turrets. That was 3 bounces that time, not great. I'm going to have to just get one more shot with my front guns here.
Astern.
Ooh, shit. Much dodging.
Torpedoes astern.
No incap on the turret there, so he's got both the guns in still.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Okay, managed to evade the torp. So I'm just on my rear turret now. What am I down to? 30,000 hit points. Getting a heal off. He's got a little bit more than me. He has got the cap, mind you. I'm not going to burn my damage control.
The ship is on fire.
I'm not really sure what he's shooting at, shooting all the way back there. I'm not sure if he's trying to do something a little bit clever or not. There we go, another incompatible. Another incapacitated, incomparable turret. Geez, that's a mouthful. Alright, front guns are finally coming around. I'm not sure he's damage controlled those. Keep laying with those barbettes though. Secondaries are doing a good job setting fires. Should I damage control? Probably should. Let's go those front guns again.
Problem solved, sir.
Oh, we destroyed one. Destroyed his top turret. Nice. So he's down to 1 front gun now. So there you go. However, I'm very low on hit points, down to 12k. Here comes the 1 front gun. It's a nasty hit. Kuznetsov fires off. Let's try and take out that other front gun there. No luck this time, but he is getting low. Secondaries are doing pretty good work. Got a heal off as well, along with Kuznetsov. That's a great combination. Ooh, another 7k through the nose. I need another volley like that, and this is done. Oh, and we get a fire as well. Go secondaries. This will be it. Come on. Alrighty, let's have a look at how much of a carry is required to win in this mode. So we got the victory, obviously, and didn't die in the process, which is nice. 719,000 credits made, 9,000 XP, 1,098 free XP, and for a 6v6, getting a high caliber Dreadnought and Confederate Award means you've had a pretty big part in that battle. 191,000 damage done, also a very good number considering there's only 6 ships. 4 kills, although we had a hand in all of them. 17 flag defend ribbons, and interestingly, for a Stalingrad game, especially with that sort of damage number at the front, not a single citadel was achieved. Interestingly though, 42 secondary hits and 5 fires set, and all from the secondaries, because like I didn't fire HE out of my main guns as far as I can remember anyway. We go to the team score, and obviously I've topped the scoreboard there with 2,657 base XP. The Jinan ably assisted me. He got the first blood award, got 2 kills for himself. He was very handy. That first kill he would have got would have been the GK, which just YOLO'd into the guts. Classic GK move. And the rest of the team, I mean, they weren't awful, but they weren't fabulous either. I think the Smolensk and the Incomparable were probably the standouts. That Incomparable nearly caught me with a shot over the island late in the game, but thankfully RNG shined on me in that occasion. Go to the detailed report. Now this does make for actually pretty interesting reading, especially if, I mean, obviously we've had a hand in the deaths of all these ships, but look at the Incomparable here. So as we go to the modules damage down the bottom of that window, you can see we've incapacitated those front guns of his 4 times and outright destroyed one of them as well. And that was the difference. That's why I won that battle in the end. For 2 reasons. Not just because I'm taking out his primary weapon and obviously managing to avoid his torpedoes, which were a massive threat, but because it made him use damage controls to repair that turret so he could actually keep them in the game. Then, of course, my secondary batteries were setting fires, and so they did 26,000 damage just in setting fires, plus 7,000 of their own HE shell damage. So the secondaries, just in that little battle there, did 33,000 damage all on their own. So that was certainly a big part of that. The Moskva, Smolensk, Shimakaze, and the Kurfürst was just an idiot, obviously, but yeah, we didn't have massive involvements in those, but that Incomparable battle at the end, that was worth the watch. And credits and XP, we actually made a pretty decent profit of 593,000 credits. I just wish I'd stacked more modifiers on. Anyway, what do you do? Anyway, guys, I hope you liked my first video back. Now that I've got my weekends back, I'm actually able to make these from time to time. I'll try to keep the content coming. It's good to be back on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your well, maybe not your family. They probably hate that you play WoWs. But come back again. I'll try and keep the content coming. Thanks for watching.